Hello, hello, hello. I am under this design once more. My name's Amber Greenlee. This is Philo. If you haven't tuned in before, it is a continued comic written by you guys and drawn by us. And if you guys aren't there to write it, we kind of try and push the story forward. I have tonight Kay Kirscht as my guest artist. Let me make sure that I give you a proper introduction with your name, spelling, and everything. Kay has been with me since the beginning, drawing Philo. And of course, my co host, Robin Fisher.
Hello.
And I realized I don't have I need to put up a little banner for you too that says Robin Fisher. And probably one for me too. And just what I was saying, being professional. We also have our cat cam. This is Archimedes. He is dreaming right now. And then we got our two windows for arts. So, Kay, you said you wanted to take the first panel?
Yeah.
Okay, so just kind of catching everyone up on where we were before.
I'm just gonna step out. I realized I could be doing some sewing while we do this, so I'm just gonna grab my sewing. But I'll be back in 1 minute because it's just in the other room.
Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, I'm gonna bring over this page right here. This is from panel2panel.com, where you can always check out the previous pages for Philo and previous episodes. And so there's henchman tryouts. Our group crashes the tryouts in disguise. They get their ID cards. There's orientation. Meow tries to brainwash them, but it doesn't work because the thing goes on the horn and not their head. So Horsey henches for a bit. While henching, there's treasure. And then I don't have the panels ready because I'm so professional. But I'm going to show you where we are on the page. Anytime my computer wants to work with us. Come on. Okay. And then page setup. There we go. So after they discover the treasure, anytime now, computer. Yeah, takes its sweet time. Okay. They swim in it like Scrooge McDuck. The Beagle Boys show up. Their eyes lock. And then there's a dance off for treasure. And that's where we left off. So let's see. Is there anyone in the comments right now who wants to jump in? What happens after the dance off? Let's see. What about you, Kay? What do you think?
I'd say the dance off begins. Let's see.
Okay, so wait. We're dealing with the Beagle Boys. Yeah. So the Beagle Boys aren't going to play fair. I believe cheating was discussed.
Yes, cheating was discussed.
Yes, and so how do you cheat at a dance-off?
I think the chosen dance is flamenco.
Okay.
Which allows one of them to hide a weapon behind their back.
Ooh, are you doing a split panel or am I drawing the weapon?
I'm doing the first panel, right?
Yeah, but I didn't know if you were going to split it into two panels for the two different videos.
Okay. I was going to have them, they're dancing in various flamenco moves, and one of them is hiding a weapon.
Hello. That's just being sneaky.
Maybe that's shovel.
Okay. Yeah. So one of them is hiding a weapon. So I would put in the caption, the Beagle Boys cheat at the flamenco.
But that's not cheating. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
That's not cheating. That's just being sneaky. To me, cheating would be if they hired professional dancers and then the professional dancers disguised themselves as the Beagle Boys.
How do you spell flamenco? Oh, no.
Flamenco. Okay, give me a second. I think it has an I in it.
Yeah.
It does. And there's a C and an A and an O.
R-E-Q. Flamingo. No, flamenco.
Yeah, I'm finding some venture capitalist corporation with my awful spelling. So, Ian says we better see some breakdance fighting.
I agree. So
okay.
I agree with the weapon and everything, but I don't think it's cheating. I just think they're being sneaky Beagle boys.
Okay, breakdance.
Okay, so Beagle Boys are sneaky. Or cheat at breakdance fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. So if they're
Red
breakdance,
dance. uh,
do you know?
I guess
what
you
the
could put one on
reference
the doing one of the head spins because that'd be really easy to draw.
yes.
is? Do you know what the reference is to breakdance fighting?
No.
Have you guys ever seen the movie Zoolander?
Oh yeah, of
Mm.
course. Oh my god, dude.
remember, Yeah, remember? They're breakdance fighting.
Seriously, because it's been on. I keep seeing it on TikTok.
Yeah.
I've been listening to that stupid Zoolander song where it's like, "You see me in the club and we're acting real nice." Like I literally
Yeah.
the last 2 weeks I've been listening to it like at least twice a day. So weird. It's like it's Nelly and it's Justin Timberlake and it's Timbaland, but in the
Yeah.
Zoolander movie when they play it, they've got it like sped up and really weird.
Mm-hmm.
It's addictive.
I built a tiny library this week, and so when I did that, it was another little book nook thing. When I did that, I was watching a bunch of movies, including Walk Hard, and I forgot
Nice.
how great that movie is.
Lee Cox.
Yeah, Dewey Cox.
Yeah. No wonder.
You can't be double married, Dewey. Like Ian and I have just been shouting lines from the movie at each other.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. So they're breakdance fighting. Then what happens? By being sneaky, so they bring out the gun. Does Philo anticipate the gun?
Wouldn't Otis anticipate the gun? He's the one with all the metaphysical. Or is it Brutus and he turns back into a puma to stop the gun from hurting anyone?
Well, you know what we haven't seen for a while is Senegod.
Oh yeah.
You know? And we do have all four of them there. So we could have their powers combine all of Voltron. And then that's how they're gonna win the dance off.
Well, I don't know. If they become Senegod, don't you think that the dance off would be over and kind of destroyed by the giant monster?
Well, wouldn't they kind of like break out of the money bin like an egg? Like
that would be cool, yeah.
Because they'd be
that's the end of the dance off. Maybe could we hold off on that idea for like maybe 2 beats and then have that happen?
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because then that way it gives time for the dance off to actually have dancing.
Yeah, I'm sorry. My daughter just came in from playing in the dirt outside, and her diaper is all dirty. And yeah, I'm sure you can see her in the back. Yeah. Baby girl, let's not do that in front of the camera, please. Thank you. I love you. Okay.
Toddler.
So they're breakdance fighting. Yeah, so okay, breakdance fighting, they're not
Oh my gosh, I had a funny idea. What if because you know they're all breakdancing and because they're really amazing breakdancers, all of them. But what if like Mob Eagle is a terrible dancer? So what if instead she's like in the corner playing Twister with somebody else because it's almost like dancing? All right, just an idea.
Well, okay, don't forget there's minions afoot. So wouldn't the minions like gather around the dance off because it's entertaining?
There's minions around?
Well, yeah, there's Meow's henchmen. They're everywhere.
I thought it was just the Beagle Boys and our crew in the pit of money.
They're in the pit of money, but like I don't know. Like they discovered it, but they kind of walked in. Wouldn't everybody else just be able to walk in?
Or would everybody else be following them?
Well, they're still like not under suspicion, and there's still a horse costume in there. I don't know. there's a lot going on. We haven't even talked to the Kaiju Council in a while. So
Should
maybe
we,
the Kaiju Council is watching the dance off on a monitor.
to see if they're worthy kaiju still?
Sure. I think maybe, yeah, we haven't had the Kaiju Council in a while. So I'll say that the Kaiju Council is watching the dance off on a monitor. Yeah. Kaiju Council.
What do you think is going to trigger them into becoming the kaiju again? They're just going to get like frustrated at their lack of dancing skills, or
I don't know. On a monitor. I swear I can spell. So, yeah. There we go. Yeah, it's a beautiful summer day down here. A little warm towards the end of the day, but nothing too bad.
yeah, same here. I biked to work and biked home.
Nice. No, I stayed in all day, but I had a nap. It was nice.
Wow, a nap.
Yeah.
I wish I could have a nap. No, that's not true. I could have had a nap yesterday.
Let's see. I gotta look up reference now of Godzilla. Because Godzilla seems to be the first that people think of for a kaiju. You know, like he's, when you think of kaiju, he's like the first that comes up. Even though he's the prosecutor, I would think that
didn't they just have a new movie that was really popular?
Yeah, -1. It won, Oscars.
It did?
Yeah.
For what?
Yeah.
Effects?
I want to say best director. Let's see.
Really?
Godzilla -1 Oscars. All right. So, list of accolades received by Godzilla -1. And so, let's see. Academy Awards. They got Best Visual Special Effects. At Asian Film Awards, they got Best Supporting Actress. Austin Film Critics Association Best Film. Blue Ribbon Awards Best Director, Best Actor, Best Supporting Actress. Bram Stoker Awards Superior Achievement in Screenplay. Chicago Film Critics Association Awards Best Use of Visual Effects, Best Foreign Language Film. Chicago Indie Critics Awards Best Foreign Film, Best Visual Effects. And it just goes down from there. It has a ton of accolades. It's actually a really good movie.
But it did not win an Oscar for Best Director.
No, it didn't. It won it for Best Special Effects.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I expected.
But they had like a tiny budget compared to a lot of other Oscar winners for the same category.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. All right, and I guess you would do this.
Well, this year Deadpool's going to win it all, so let's be honest.
I saw a lot of Wolverines at Denver Fan Expo yesterday.
Oh, how was that?
It was really good. They had Adam Savage doing a thing for the kids. They have a really good kids area, right? And so now that I am a parent, I appreciate that. I was looking for a dice tower. I didn't see a dice tower on the floor. And so, we just didn't find any. Lots of dice, but no towers. And the Artist Valley section, the Artist Alley is so big for Denver Fan Expo, they call it Artist Valley. It's like half the convention. Yeah, so that was pretty nice to walk through there and see all these, people doing, the hustle and going, yes, I've been there. I know exactly what you're doing. I understand you. You're my people.
The struggle is real.
Yeah, the struggle is real. Let's see. I gotta do this. Well, everybody needs to survive. And there was some people that it's obvious that they just use like AI to make art. And then they have a bunch of posters printed and they're up there. And they're just there next to the real people who draw. And it's just like, that kind of sucks. I saw a lot of that. And, just a lot of tech bros.
That's why I really like TCAF, because it's not. It's. I mean, I'm sure there was definitely some of that there, but it just wasn't as prevalent because the focus is on your actual talent.
Yeah. Well, I mean, one thing that we can talk to Chuck about, because he's probably going to want to promote it, is the week after he's doing our show, he is going to be doing Art Battle in San Francisco.
That's what he's practicing for with Chuck?
You mean with Dale?
Yeah, that's what he's practicing for with Dale?
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know why I keep doing that, because you literally just said Chuck is, you know what I mean? And in my brain, I'm seeing an image of Dale with the caption Dale from when we just did the show last week.
Yeah.
Still called him Chuck. Jesus Christ.
Sorry,
Dale.
There's something in your brain that says,
it's glitching on it.
Yeah. Let's see. I always like drawing Mothra. Mothra's fun to draw. Yeah.
How did I just lose my... There it is.
Let's see. There's Mothra. All right. We're going to have Mothra right here. Mothra is a friend to all children.
Mothra, I thought, was more of a friend to goth children.
No, it's a quote from one of the movies. Is Mothra is a friend to all children, and so it's it's like a Ian's like it's like a little kid saying it. Yeah, we got one person watching us.
Is it Ian?
Probably.
Oh no.
At least he's trying to support me. I love you. Yeah. I invited a bunch of people, but maybe I'm just being annoying now.
James said he was going to come.
Yeah, he said so. I invited him. Maybe he fell asleep. I don't know. Yeah, let's see. And then I guess we could do King Kong. Yeah.
Did we do King Kong last time?
Well, there's also I'm trying to keep the same members of the Kaiju Council. So there's also Gamera.
Gamera is very neat.
Yeah, Gamera is very neat. Gamera is made of turtle meat.
Delicious turtle meat.
Yeah, come on, thing, work with me. Now it doesn't want to work with me at all. It froze on me. DuckDuckGo, you were supposed to be my savior. Are you done with the panel, Kay?
Yeah, I'm still having trouble with the pen. It draws pretty much what it wants to at this point. But
really?
Well, that's a lot of movement in that panel, so it's appropriate for breakdancing.
So you're still having trouble with your equipment?
Yes, I am. It could be because I'm simply left-handed, and I've got it set up for left-handed. Got the right triggers. It's fully charged.
Yeah, give me a second. I feel
okay. All right, now it's acting a little better. I'm having less of my hand over the.
Do you have one of these gloves?
Gloves. Really?
Do you see me on the window showing you? I'll put myself in the big window.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Do you have one of these?
Oh, no, I don't.
They're super cheap. They're like $4 on Amazon.
What do they do?
What it does is it keeps your hand, your skin off of the Wacom for a couple reasons. It keeps it clean of your skin oils, and it prevents interference from your hand.
Okay, that might be the big problem, because now I'm kind of drawing like classic cat hand where I've got it hooked around.
Yeah.
And it's acting better. So it wasn't totally canceling out like it said it would, but it wouldn't. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it takes some fiddling to get used to it, and it's a tool that you don't use all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You're used to drawing with your hand, I know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I still love having you on the show, and I still love your art.
Thank you. I'll fix it
Me
up
too.
in post. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this is working better now.
Okay.
It just simply wasn't canceling out my hand.
Okay, so did you put like a sheet of paper under your hand?
I can try that.
Yeah, just something to separate your skin from the screen.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, all right. That might just work better. Thank you.
You're welcome. It's like I kind of have worked with these tools before. Yeah, no, I have made plenty of awful mistakes over the years with like my devices and stuff. I let my daughter draw with my last Huion, and she threw the pen, and I could never get it to work again.
Oh, that would drive me crazy.
Yeah, and so we literally had to replace it, the whole thing, because even though I got another pen, and according to their website and everything, the pen was supposed to automatically sync with the device, it didn't. And so I returned the pen. I, got rid of the old device. And,
Did I ever tell you that when you want to go shopping for stuff like that in China, like they have market areas dedicated to specific things? So like I was in Hong Kong, and there was a part of Hong Kong that is just all like where you buy your computer stuff, and it's like there's like the giant mall, like it's got like 8 stories, and it's just like tiny shop after tiny shop selling anything you can imagine to do with your laptop, your keyboard, your monitor, your decorating, cleaning, burning, like just. And then like I bought my well, not the new laptop I have, but the one before it, I bought it there. But it's weird because sometimes I'll find technology, like I'll get like a transformer or something, that not the toy but like the thing, or like a hard drive or something, and I'll see it's from I forget how to say it, Sun One, which is that computer area of Hong Kong.
Let's see.
But it's the same with everything. If you need lamps, if you need pets, if you want tea, you go to the tea market, you go to the pet market, you go to the lamp market, you go to...
I mean, I guess that makes sense. There's different districts for things. Traditionally they did that, so...
And I had the hardest time at one point trying to find shoelaces. You think that they would be like in the shoe shops, but they're not. In the end, I found them in the Chinese equivalent of a dollar store.
Yeah, my computer's acting up. I might have to duck out for a second.
Reload.
Yeah.
Is it a cursed episode?
It might be. I don't know. But yeah, I can't click on anything on my my screens. Yeah, it's like, even though it's recording and I'm interacting with you, even though I'm drawing and that's good. Like I can't switch between my I can't switch between my references and stuff. So I'm flying blind. Yeah. So I'm just kind of going off of my reference that I did when I could see it. So hopefully this is what Mothra looks like. See, I think Mothra has like antenna, right?
I just remember like the black body and the giant red eyes. That's like,
yeah.
And I love like he looks emo, and I really like that. Or maybe that's just how the comic I saw him in was portraying him.
as emo.
Yeah,
Mothra.
he's just like a lonely Mothra.
Okay, Kay, are you ready for the next panel?
Yes, I am.
Okay, did that work with the paper?
It's working better, much better. So it's a left-handy problem.
So the Kaiju Council is watching the dance-off on the monitor. Then what?
Well, since we don't have anybody watching, we're gonna have to come up with the ideas ourselves.
That's okay. We will do that. So why are they watch? Okay, so why do
Because I think they
watch
know
our
that something's going to trigger them into turning into the Centagon again. That's the only reason they would be watching.
So would they be like, would that be their plan? Would we show their plan on a chalkboard or something? Yeah, because we already know, we quote unquote know Meow's plan. You know, we've seen it at least drawn out twice. And so maybe we should know what the Kaiju Council's plan is.
Maybe like when they become the Centagod, it's like the last Starfighter or whatever.
What? where they were summoned because you're so good at this that you
Yeah,
you are now
they're the
Kaiju?
chosen one. It's like Ender's Game. They're the chosen one.
Well, Ender's Game has like a totally different like
Yeah, I know.
moral to it.
Yes. That's not what we're not talking morals, we're just talking about they're the chosen one.
Yeah.
Doom. It's like Doom.
Well, again, also he's quote unquote the chosen one, but he messes up the whole galaxy. You know, and like
well, that's what the second book is about.
Yeah, and then the third book is about how everyone's pissed at him and killed. You know? Yeah, it's a
spoilers.
Yeah,
thank God nobody's watching.
Yeah. It's not like the story hasn't been out for decades.
Yeah, but there's not a lot of people that have all read the third book.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, Ian's like, spoiler alert. All right, so we'll do this. So okay, so if they are they're watching because they know they're going to turn into a kaiju, right? So their plan, okay, let me put you up in the big, I can't put you up in the big window.
Okay.
Let's see if I can convince my computer to let me do stuff.
Oh, yeah, what am I drawing? Let's see. Is it
if I keep my task manager open, I can mess with my windows. So I defeated my machine. So okay, so what's their plan? The Kaiju
Humans 1, robots 0.
The Kaiju Council goes over their plan, right? And so it would be them.
Well, because if they're the chosen one, see, that's the thing. Like, I'm trying to figure out why they'd be the chosen one. And that's why I kind of fixated on the whole like last Starfighter thing.
Yeah, where the skills are just so good that they are the chosen one.
Yeah. Why not? Why not?
Well, maybe the kaiju are a dying people.
Okay, yeah.
You know, and they need.
But then it becomes a procreation thing.
I think it's more like star children discovering, you know, one that is like you to replace you in the universe because that is what the universe has decided.
Clones?
No, I was just thinking. No, it's like a concept. I don't know. It's a concept in sci-fi and stuff.
Okay, sounds good to me.
So, Kay, I would say the Kaiju Council goes over their plan. That is your caption. And so, and then after, so you're gonna draw the plan. What are you gonna put in the plan?
The Kaiju Council goes over their plan.
Yeah. What are you going to put in the plan?
Their plan to capture our Centagon.
Yeah. Okay. I'll say panel 2. Let's see. And then this is panel 4. All right. All right. So their plan is to capture a synagogue because what? They're dying people.
Synagogue, who you know, it's a totally different generation, and I have no idea what you're talking about. Synagogue.
The next step in the evolution of the kaiju.
Yes. Allow me to find it on the cheat sheet so that you can see what the synagogue looks like. Yes.
So At one point, our heroes amalgamated into the form of a giant centipede, and
God.
they're like part of the kaiju world.
Okay.
Let's see.
All right.
Copy image link, and then I will go to the Facebooks. So then that way you can have it on your phone.
Yeah.
And so yes, this is the page where the Senegod becomes a single thing, a single being. Bluto became a puma, and then once he became a puma and ate pasta, they got into a fight and then morphed into a single being, where they just had all their heads and arms and legs kind of in a line, and they were a kaiju. They were giant. And so the Kaiju Council, originally Godzilla is disappointed because they destroy all the government buildings, and Godzilla's like, no, that's against the Kaiju rules, and brings them before the Kaiju Council. Well, the Kaiju Council, they're in trial, they're doing everything. There's prosecution and defense and stuff. And then ice cream truck goes by, our guys are still hungry, so they break apart. And so the Kaiju Council disbands because they were no longer a kaiju. And so that's what the Senegod is. It is.
Didn't they show up a second time? They did, though.
No, only one time I think the Senegod showed up. But yeah, so yeah, so.
No, I seem to remember you having to draw them twice before this time.
I don't know. Maybe I did. I didn't put it in my notes. If I did. No, they weren't a Senegod after that. They were Senegod for a couple panels, for a couple episodes.
No, I'm saying, didn't the Kaiju Council, didn't they show up a second time?
Yeah, the Kaiju Council showed up again.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Because they were tracking the Meow Tracker.
So they're capturing a Senegod that no longer is.
Yes, they go over their plan to capture Senegod. Yes.
Okay.
And so
that explains why they were tracking the tracker as well, because he's the golden child.
Okay, so if they're going over their plan to capture the Senegod, then what happens? Yes, and so then what happens? So they go over their plan. They can obviously go between portals because they have been able to follow our group as they've been doing this. Meow's lair, I said, was in the land of Philo. So are we going to have Willendorf show up? Are we going to have Philo show up? We have giant beavers. There's a lot going on in the land of Philo that we just kind of left.
Why don't we do one big huge panel and like have it be like his headquarters, but like a cutaway so you can see from the side all the different rooms, and then it would show like the henchmen, it would show if there were any spies versus spies, it would show the Beagle Boys, it would show the Kaiju Council in a dark, basement somewhere.
My goodness, how long do you want me to draw this panel?
Oh, I'm just giving just ideas. You can ignore it.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, okay, so the Kaiju Council goes over their plan to capture Senegod, and then the henchmen prepare for the Kaiju Council's arrival.
Verdict? Oh, arrival. Yeah.
Or,
but why would the henchmen know about the Kaiju Council?
I don't know.
That doesn't make sense to me.
Okay, so Kaiju Council wants to capture Senegod because they are dying people, right? Maybe we could do a flashback about why the Kaiju are dying.
Good idea.
Okay.
Asteroids.
Let's do that. Yes.
On the planet Krypton. I mean,
flashback as to why the Kaiju are dying. Okay.
So why are the Kaiju dying?
I would imagine global warming related.
Oh, come on. Are we trying to escape reality?
Well, no, I mean, I'm serious. Like, I would imagine that they have very unique, like, environments. You know, they have very unique ecosystems that they're part of, and global warming would change that, and so there would be fewer of them over time, or overfishing, because maybe fish are like their food source. Maybe a
Well,
combination of a bunch of things. Maybe like humans have like built over
they're on
their
Earth.
territory.
What if all the water just evaporated overnight?
All the water evaporated, and that's why they're in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
On
Isn't the planet Earth like 70% water?
Well, I thought we were doing Planet Kaiju.
Oh, but you made it sound like they were on Earth because you said humans.
Well, maybe Earth is Planet Kaiju.
Okay, but does Planet Kaiju, is it covered 70% with water like our planet?
Let's see. On Planet Kaiju,
Because
the
if
water
not,
evaporated.
then I'll have to come up with a different idea.
wait. See. Okay. Wait. On the Planet Kaiju, the water evaporated.
And it happened like overnight, so they couldn't prepare for it. They couldn't solve it. Like it was just like gone the next day.
Okay. Overnight. Okay,
You should draw the planet from Kaiju, how it looks from space.
Oh,
You know
I
what I
will.
mean?
And then I think Planet Kaiju does become the Earth. So, like, that's why they're still on the same planet, right?
Shouldn't it become like Jupiter or something, or Mars, one of the planets that has a drought?
Well, Earth actually used to be covered with a lot more water before we had ice ages that froze it in the poles.
But we're
And
trying
so-
to find a planet that's dry because we lost all the water.
Well, I just thought it was funny that if it was like billions of years ago, Earth was just a totally different planet.
Yeah.
That's
You
what I was thinking.
could show in the corner like something coming out of the primordial ooze, little eyes.
The water evaporated overnight, and the planet became Earth.
Earth.
Planet.
URETH. Earth.
AIM.
Earth. URF. Earth.
Oh, you want me to name it Earth? Planet Earth? Okay. So, yeah, we're going to do, like, Planet Kaiju. We'll do this. And then I'll kind of, like, draw in what's going on.
You can misread that, and the planet became Earth, as in, like, the soil. Earth. The planet went to Earth.
Yeah, and then the planet became Earth. Okay, let's see. So we'll have Planet Kaiju.
Oh man, it looks like someone's choking someone.
Let's see. Kaiju Council goes over their plan to capture Senegod. Let's see. And then I guess you would say for the water evaporating overnight, I'm just gonna go poof.
Yeah, or you could show like a pavement and like those heat lines coming off the pavement.
Yeah, I like that.
Or you could show like and this is or not and, or you could show like the beach with like no water.
Let's see. Well, most of
like
this
a
is
dock,
text.
and then it's just like the bottom of the dock. You know what I mean? Because there's no water.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's do this, and then I'll make you a little smaller. Yeah, I'll make my text a little smaller, so then that way I'm not like taking up way too much space. There we go. And then, yeah, we'll do this on the planet Kaiju. Okay, and then we will have Earths.
Planet Earth.
Okay. There's Florida. You're over here,
The
Great
most
Lakes.
important part.
Yeah, and then we're going to put Great Britain up here. Here's Spain, Italy, the Mediterranean.
Oh man,
Africa.
my CBC news feed is all going crazy about that American immunity thing.
Yeah, he wants to be king.
Yeah, it sure sounds like it.
Yeah, he wants to be king. Kay, are you done with your panel?
Yep.
Okay, let me check it out. So Kaiju Council goes over their plan to capture Senegad. Your lines look a little straighter. So are you fighting it less, or are you still fighting it?
Starting it less. At least
Okay.
it's been traveling all over the page. So it's getting better.
Okay, so on planet Kaiju, the water evaporated overnight and the planet became Earth, right? Are we continuing the flashback, or is that the end of the flashback?
Hmm.
I think there should be a bit more, but I don't know what.
So the Kaiju went to sleep
And woke
And
up and became vindictive? Like, why have they created this council? It's a bunch of society rules, right?
I don't know, to preserve their heritage.
That's a good reason. So maybe that's the last flashback, is that they're around a table going, we must preserve our heritage!
Yeah, okay, Kay.
Mm-hmm.
Your caption is going to read, the flashback continues. And it's going to be them like going, we're going to preserve our heritage. Yeah. You know, they could be sitting around a table or something. Or we must preserve our heritage or something. Okay, I will take over the big window. And then I imagine that Planet Kaiju should have like rings to it, but they went away when it became Earth.
Yeah, Planet Kaiju looks cool. Like, it's all misty and ethereal.
Yeah, well, did you ever see Titan AE?
Yeah, that was a great movie.
Do you remember Planet Bob?
No. I need to watch it again. I haven't seen it when...
That's the movie. That's New Earth. That's Earth 2. At the end of the thing is that, like, when he discovers the planet, he's like, I get to name it. He wants to name it Bob.
I gotta watch it again. I saw it when it first came out, and I think that was over 20 years ago.
Yeah. Oh, I own it on DVD. It's a good movie.
I've got some action figures from it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Don Bluth. Oh, Don Bluth was at Denver Fan Expo.
Nice.
I went up and asked him how Dragon's Lair the movie was going, and he's like, we're still looking for funding, but you know, we're slowly working on it. And it's like, you know, I totally get that.
All the time.
Yeah. But man, he is ancient these days. You know, like
80?
wow.
90?
I think he's in his 90s.
Wow.
Yeah, and the fact that he's still directing, like, that's amazing.
Sure
Yeah,
is.
he's still directing. Let's see. The water. I hope I spelled evaporated right. Evaporated. I don't know if you guys do that, but I still do that when I write.
Yeah, no, we phonetically spell it out. That's smart. Until one day your brain dies for a second and you're like, how do you spell of? Like, that totally happened to me years ago. I was like, OVE?
Yeah.
I couldn't figure it out. My brain had died for like a second there.
Yeah. One time I was writing grocery list up on the whiteboard on the refrigerator when Ian and I first started living together, and he had a roommate, and she went to culinary school and stuff like that, and so we were figuring out what we needed, and I wrote down lettuce, but I spelled it Lettus. And so
awesome.
she was like, "That's not how you spell lettuce." And I'm like, I know it's not, but like, I'm not going to worry about that right now. I know what it means. And by the way, I just want to point out that this is the pose for Cat Cam right now.
Belly.
Yeah.
Look
So
at that word of beautiful white belly.
yeah. So I gotta wake him up. I gotta wake him up so that he
Belly
knows
rub.
he's loved.
You know my weird cat. So I work with nuns, and they one of them is like a real grower, and she gave me a fresh catnip plant to plant in my garden. So I planted it, and that's cool. And I'm like, okay, so Arya doesn't really care for dried catnip. Like, I've tried to use it on her, see if she likes it. No.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll make her that catnip tea. It's sitting there completely untouched for over 24 hours now. She's just not into it.
Some cats don't like catnip.
She doesn't like much treats at all. She doesn't like any treats, really.
Some cats
I can't spoil her, except with love, I guess, because she always wants butt rubs.
Yeah. You know, every animal is unique in their own way.
That's for sure.
Let's see. And then I think what we'll do, I should draw Earth. Let's check in with Kay and see what Kay's drawn. Kaiju Council needs to continue their heritage. Oh, I love that. Hi, Meat Beep.
This is their planet. This is their kaiju planet, and unfortunately it is being approached by a big fat asteroid. Oops.
Nice. So you are going to kill him like Krypton?
Looks like it.
Okay.
I'm going to draw a flaming asteroid and I can do it. And
what if they all survived and then it was an entire planet of like Superman strong creatures that weren't supposed to survive, but they did? That's like I just rewrote a Superman Elseworlds tale right there.
Speaking of writing, I didn't know you used to write for the Comics Journal.
Yeah, I've done a couple articles. I think like 3 or 4.
Yeah, our mutual friend James shared an article on Facebook the other day that you wrote, like you said, like 24 years ago or something.
Oh, I don't think it was 20. I think it was just 20. It would have been 2000-ish around that time.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's like 25 years, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. But that one was all about my favorite manga, which was this woman, Yu Watanabe. She did a series called Fushigi Yugi. And it was interesting because, you know, you read a lot of shoujo manga, and then you read a lot of shoujo manga, and you read a lot of manga in general. And she was pretty cool because she always seemed to mesh like the very masculine, action-oriented scenes with, you know, romance and young women who are interested in clothing and, you know, food and stuff. Like, I really like the amalgamation she created with Fushigi Yugi. It's different. So that's what that article was all about.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Still, you know, the fact that you wrote an article and they published it. You know,
yeah, I wrote a couple. Like, I also did the year that I went to San Diego, I went to a Ben Catchor panel, and I went to Louis Trondheim panel. So I reported on that in the Comics Journal. And then there was they were having their 25th anniversary, and I wrote a little blurb about my favorite thing about the Comics Journal was the letters page and how it was just like constantly surprising me how different it was and interesting. And I think I wrote one more, but I can't remember. I've got them all put aside somewhere.
Well, I mean, it's cool, you know. You know way more about comics than I do.
Yeah, I love comics. There's they did it on their website. I did a couple reviews too. I did for better or for worse, called like an anniversary book called The Lives Behind the Lines, and it was all about like how her life intersected with the comics. And then I did a review of Blue Monday by China Clugston Flores, which I love. It's like a ska comic. So.
Let's see.
Yeah, done some writing for the Comics Journal. So special. Actually, the one thing I wrote that I'm really proud of that was not published by the Comics Journal, I didn't give it to them to publish. It was actually published by this guy, Julian Lawrence, in Vancouver. He did a comic called the Drippy Town Gazette. Because Vancouver is sometimes known as Drippy Town for the rain. I did a list of like the underground Vancouver scene from like I guess the 60s to the early 90s. Basically, till before I moved there, because I didn't want to have to talk about all my friends. So I kind of stopped it there. But
I mean, nepotism. That's what nepotism is
I
for.
know. But I was really proud of it. It was pretty well researched, and I tried to find a lot of people from the past and what they did and stuff. So I was really proud of that one.
Let's see. Let's do this.
And let's see. I also did a couple of articles for there's this Canadian cartoonist called Helga. He's done like a lot of comics. He's done stuff for mainstream comic books, but also his own independent stuff. His art style is amazing. I think he was doing a comic about Vlad the Impaler, but he had a
there needs to be more comics about that subject matter.
Well, it's a very serious examination of it, but
oh wow,
he's good actually. You shouldn't diss him. He's pretty good.
No, I didn't. No, I wasn't trying to be mean sarcastic. I was just saying like that it's a subject matter that you could deep dive into, and it's amazing how educational graphic novels can be because you have the you have both the visual and the prose there. You know.
Well, you're right. That's exactly why I love comics. In fact, when people ask me, I'm always like, you've got art and literature all in one package. If one is amazing, it's good. But if both are amazing, you have an amazing work of art in your hands. But yeah, Saw Good Sam, he has a website with this guy Regis Philbin called Sequential. It's in Canada, and they've done a bunch of magazines with it. They'll like release at the Toronto Comic Art Festival. So I've done a bunch of reviews for them too, and interviews and stuff too, that have been published. So yeah, I don't know. I like writing about comics. I like trying to be different. Like in the Sequential comic in the magazine, I did a series of 3 reviews, like all in one review. And it was actually how like I framed it like I was breaking up with my boyfriend autobiographical comic. And these were the reasons why. And like I'd review a book and I was like, this one seemed really trite. You know, I feel like my boyfriend is telling me all the same stories. And I was really proud of that article. That was a pretty good one. And then another one I did that I liked a lot too was do you know who Melissa Octomore is?
Not offhand.
She was the guitarist in Hole. She's also Canadian. She's from Montreal, and she comes from a pretty famous family in Montreal, the Octomores. And she at the time that I was living there, she was creating this like art collective where it was going to be like art and music, and she was making a movie that was kind of based on PJ Woodhouse's Ophelia kind of thing. You know, she's very heavily influenced by Dante and just stuff like that. Anyways, she was putting out an album, and she decided to put like a comic book with the movie and the music. And so I was like, okay, well, this could be really interesting. You know what I mean? Like, I'm really curious about this. So I reviewed that, and it was actually a really terrible comic. And so I had to kind of be like polite, and not be rude, but I still make my point.
You have to do your job. So,
yeah,
So, Kay, are you done with your panel?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, I am on the next panel as well. So you have Kaiju Council needs to continue their heritage with an asteroid speeding to them.
And an
wait, I figured it out. They put Philo in the rocket.
Oh.
So he is an alien.
He's a Superman.
Yeah, he's a Superman. Okay. That's what we're gonna do. So they put Philo in the rocket. I'm gonna have them putting Philo in the rocket. What should be the next panel after that?
It would be really funny if you had these random 2 people next to the rocket just crying. It was like they're not his parents, but like Superman.
Well, yeah, like what? That there should be like Godzillas or something for their parents?
Philo's parents are Godzillas?
I don't know if Philo's parents are Godzillas.
What's one of the more obscure kaijus that you haven't drawn? Maybe
What?
those are his parents.
Which one?
Well, I'm sure there's like a more obscure kaiju that you haven't drawn yet. Maybe those are his
Okay,
parents.
okay. Yeah. Let's
So what am I
let's
drawing?
go
Am I drawing
kaiju
Philo
list.
getting-
Okay, so we haven't figured out what you're drawing yet. So they are putting Philo in the rocket. Meep Beep, you gotta help us out here. What happens with Philo when he's in the rocket?
Well, doesn't he start hurtling towards the Earth?
I mean, but
Or maybe
Planet Kaiju
oh,
is Earth.
listen, I got an idea. Maybe the rocket gets zapped with gamma rays or something, whatever. And that's what turns him into the kaiju. And so the kaiju council's been keeping tabs on him because he's not a true kaiju. He's like been mutated by this laser rocket thing.
I think Rodan is gonna be Philo's parents.
All right.
Yeah, I think they're gonna be Rodans, they look kind of like dinosaurs.
I'm coming, baby.
Yeah, so let's see if I can.
Don't worry, Meep Beep. It's very confusing, so it's not just you.
Yeah,
Here last
they're
week.
confused. I wasn't here for the last time. Yeah, you know what, Meep Beep? I have something. Let me know if I should make it like live. Here, I'll put it in the links as soon as I can. Oh, will it work with me? Oh no. Okay, come on. There we go. Ah, dang it. Yeah, my computer is acting up again. It won't let me get in.
Yeah, come on. Let me try.
Maybe they're all in a snowstorm.
Okay. All right. So they put Philo in the rocket, and then he blasts off, and then he lands on Earth after Earth has turned into Earth.
Yes.
Okay. Thought I would have a better picture of Rodan.
What does he look like, Rodan?
He's kind of like a well, okay, so what's going on my end, technically wise, is that my DuckDuckGo keeps crashing, and so even though everything's running, it won't let me click or move anything. And so I might have to duck out. The last time I just opened up my task manager and it started working, but now even with my task manager open, it's not working. So
Well, we do know what has to happen. You need to turn it on and off.
I know, I'm just putting
But
it
if
off.
you do that, then are we all going to crash, or will
No,
we stay here?
No, it'll be you two because you're in the room.
Okay, cool.
And the room is live. I'll just be gone for a minute, and then I'll have to come back, and like no one will be able to change any images or anything for a little bit.
Rodan is like a pterodactyl?
Yeah, he's like a pterodactyl. He's got like big wings. In fact, let me.
Is he friends with Terry in Pee Wee's Playhouse?
I don't know. Could be. Yeah. Let's do that. Oh, Ian is giving Annabelle a bath, and she has been fighting the bath. You can hear her.
Yeah. We all go through that stage where we hate water.
Yeah. And so she has been fighting us on the baths lately. And that is the sound of a very sad Annabelle.
Yeah, she didn't let me wash her.
Well, you do know that women are made out of sugar and spice and everything nice, and she's gonna melt in that bathtub. You know that, right? She will melt.
That's okay. She'll survive. You know,
She will come back to her solid form in the morning.
Let's see. So we're gonna have. Well, wait a second. Okay, if they're kaiju, then they're huge. So it shouldn't be a big Philo. It should be a tiny, tiny, tiny little Philo, right? Oh, poor Annabelle. Yeah, we're gonna do a tiny little Philo. Tiny little Philo, and then this is the rocket right here.
That little Philo doesn't like bats either.
I don't think so, but yeah, that's my daughter right there. It's going, I am independent. I am a unique autonomous being. And I don't wish for this to happen. Yeah.
Well, it's quite easy. Just don't play in dirt.
Well, yeah. But she needed a bath anyway. Yeah, she needed a bath anyway. So let's see. So
My nephew loves the shower because I don't know if it's why. I don't know if this is why, but she had like 20 rubber ducks in there all the time with him, so he just plays while she washes him.
Oh yeah, we have toys in there for her. She's just going through a phase where she does not want to be washed. And so yeah.
We're a little incel.
Let's see, let's do this. And then yeah, we'll have this.
Somebody's licking their fur. See, even the cat's having a bath. Tell Annabelle that.
Yeah. Here, I can't put him on the main screen because my thing's not working. Okay. Let's see if I can coax it again. Come on, coax. Yeah, I can coax it. There's the cat. There's the cat. Because we need that hot cat action. Let me put
click.
Yeah, let me put K's
Oh,
art
the
on
licking.
the screen.
Yay, licking.
Let's see. I imagine like Rodin would be saying, "You are loved," right?
The figure on the left, I'm assuming is Rodin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the mom, isn't it? To me, she's like wringing her hands and crying because he's leaving.
Yes. Kind of a figurative.
I like it.
Let's see.
Draw a rocket.
Yeah, we'll have his little like arm here. And I guess he has a really scaly body. So we're just gonna kind of do little things like this. Let me know when you're done with your panel, Kay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is it going to intercept the asteroid? Is that rocket?
I put him in a rocket.
Yeah, he's in a rocket. But should there be an asteroid between him and the planet that he's heading to? That he's going to obliterate? Or they're trying to save their race by sending him to Earth?
Well, that's what Jor-El did for Superman.
Yeah, that's right.
Is he sent him off so that their society would survive somehow.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and he didn't know that Superman would be like super strong and stuff coming to Earth. You know, didn't know like about the effects of the yellow sun. And so, yeah, it's interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, but Superman was an immigrant story.
Yes, it is.
Is one of them's Canadian.
Well, not just Canadian, but you know, it was also there was a lot of people fleeing Europe from you know, the Third Reich, and it told their story too.
Mm-hmm.
And so
The creators of Superman being Jewish.
Yeah, Superman's Jewish. If anyone has any problems with that, then you know they obviously haven't read Superman.
Right on.
Yep, he's circumcised. How they did it, I don't know.
Yeah, Ian says he's circumcised. How they did it, he doesn't know.
Super Moyle. Moyle.
Well, remember those old Superman comics where like the barber's trying to cut his hair and it like kills the scissors? Yeah, so if you can't cut Superman's hair,
it'd have to have the knife would have to be kryptonite.
Yeah, but like not a deadly amount of kryptonite to him. It'd have to have like kryptonite powder. Like when you have a diamond coated blade, you know, they'd have to do that, but with kryptonite. So it's like still doing the work, you know, the blade, but it's like the kryptonite like weakens the skin and the hair and stuff. I don't know if that's what's going on. Yeah. I think we lost Robin again. Yeah, I think Robin fell asleep on us.
No, I didn't know.
She's awake again.
Okay.
No, writing for Comics Journal is major. That really is. That's really
I'm asleep again because you already said that. No, I'm kidding.
No.
I'm dreaming.
No, I remember.
Yeah, I mean, I was living in Vancouver, so it was right next to Seattle, so it wasn't hard. And then I had the radio show, so.
Yeah, here in Minnesota, we were lucky to get it.
Well,
Schindler's is the only place you could pick it up back then, which is.
Robin, you said that you're going to restart Onomatopoeia?
Yeah, my friend Colin agreed to do it with me, so I got to get off my duff and start like organizing that. Because when I was at the Hamilton Comic Convention there, I met a guy who was doing a comic show for community radio in Hamilton, and he said they were looking for a replacement after his show left. So, I mean, I could pitch it, and I'd probably get the show again.
Yay!
So that's what I gotta do.
And then it'd be on legitimate, like, air.
Yeah, real air, which is what I want. I'd rather it be on radio, because I like that, and then have it as a podcast for people to listen to when they feel like it.
Yeah. You know, I still enjoy this. You know, it's because it's a visual medium. It's kind of like I don't know, a collaborative comic with the audience and stuff. So, oh no, I lost her. I lost her again. Okay, so they put Philo in a rocket. There she is.
I just reloaded. It was quiet.
Yeah, they just put Philo in a rocket, and then Kay's panel is they stuff Philo into a rocket. He's an alien after all. We're kind of repeating it. Oh, I could change mine. Okay, they prep Philo. That's what I'll say. As they prep Philo.
Maybe they're packing a bag. The husband and wife are packing a bag with little Philo being in their hand.
Yeah, here, I'll do that. That way Kay doesn't have to change her panel, her caption. So they prep Philo to leave. And then, yeah, let me draw kind of a Lady Rodan, I guess.
A Mrs. Rodan?
A Mrs. Rodan, as it were.
Mademoiselle Rodin.
Lady Rodan. Yeah, he's like a pterodactyl or something.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so I was telling you about that most often more comic. So what I did for my review for that one is I wrote her a letter, and I was just like asking her all these questions, like, you know, Montreal is full of amazing artists, and yet you chose, you know, this guy out of New York. Wasn't that good? And I was like, you know, you're building this collective of artists and women, and why didn't you pick a female artist? You know, like there's all these weird questions. It wasn't a very good comic. I was quite disappointed by it.
Well, you had a right to be pissed.
Well, I mean, at the same time,
I try not to be critical because, like, it's weird. When I first started my show, I had a co-host and he didn't do any prep. He didn't work. He didn't read anything. And so I was carrying the show a lot of times. So I was trying to get rid of him. And so what I finally suggested was like, hey, you do one episode and I'll do an episode. And so I would super prepare. So I looked really good when it was ever his turn and he would look bad. And so I did that a couple of times and my friend was listening and he goes, you know, when you do that, and like for an example, one of the episodes is about Mike Allred. He's like, you make everybody who likes Mike Allred feel like shit because you're really ripping it apart. You know what I mean? And it's just like, it's not the motivation of the show is to get people into comics. If you're just ripping apart comics, you're going to turn people off and they're not going to want to read them. And I was like, that's super valid. So I'm not hypercritical. I don't write a lot of bad reviews, but at the same time, I'm friends with this guy, Kirscht, and he used to write a lot for the Comics Journal. Like, he's actually kind of notorious for writing really nasty reviews. And his perspective was always, like, I paid the money for this, and if I don't say something, then they're going to continue thinking they're good, that what they've done is acceptable. And so I was like, I try to temper it a little, not be so harsh and not do it as often. But once in a while, you got to say something.
I remember the sandwich. And the sandwich is that you talk about something you like, you put in your critique about what needs to be worked on or what's not working, and then you end it with something else that's good.
Yeah,
and then that way people they don't feel like you're just attacking them the whole time, and so even if you find only one good thing about the comic, you can still make a sandwich out of it by emphasizing that in the end, and so that's, if I need to make a critique of something, I usually try and sandwich it, and kind of soften the blow a little bit. I think Kay is ready for the next panel. I too am ready for the next panel. It is 8:11 my time.
I love it. It looks good, your panel there, Amber.
Oh, thank you. And so I am now on panel 8, and you are on panel 7. And so, okay, so they blast off, and then what happens?
So do we end the flashback series, or do we show what Philo gets up to when he ends up on our planet?
I imagine we're still doing the flashback, right? So, or that could be the end of the flashback.
Yeah, because if we're going to continue with the flashback, I think we should orchestrate a way that he meets all the people in the story, like how he comes across the dog, how he ends up hooked up with Bluto. We already know how he hooked up with Otis.
You want to do a prequel for Philo?
I'm just saying, like, if we continue with the flashback, that's how it should go.
We don't necessarily have to continue with it. We could always jump back to it. So we know that Philo was a kaiju, and then he was released into space and somehow landed on Earth after it became Earth, after all the water evaporated. So I would imagine that there are Rodans that miss him, right? So maybe like his grieving family misses him.
You don't think they all got obliterated when the planet exploded?
Well, I mean, Kara, she was Superman's cousin, and she survived Krypton being destroyed.
Maybe they all got onto a huge pontoon boat and took off to a different point in the universe. It wasn't as sure a deal as the rocket, but that's all they had.
Pontoon boat. All right.
Okay. Okay, so a pontoon boat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the rocket becomes a pontoon boat? Is that what we were saying?
They took off in another vehicle. They had sent Philo off in their only rocket. All they've got is this pontoon boat that can take off for deep space.
So you should have the pontoon boat coming towards us, and then the explosion of the planet in the background.
Yes.
Okay. So the kaiju sent off other survivors in a pontoon boat. I should probably spell pontoon correctly.
Pontoon?
Poon?
No, I think this is Pontoon.
Let's see. Pontoon.
Am I drawing this one, or are you?
I am drawing this one.
Okay.
It's the pontoon. Pontoon.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay. Yes. My spelling is not that good. So yes. We are doing that. So, okay, so the
There's
other
20
survivors
beer on
going
that
in the pontoon boat. What happens after they blast away in the pontoon boat?
Then they start having their own space adventures, which could be actually really fun, but we're not doing that.
Yeah, they landed on a different planet.
Let's see. Okay, so we're gonna have
One
an
drop of
explosion
rape.
back here.
Okay, so there's this French comic called Donjon by Louis Trondheim and a bunch of different artists like Johann Safar. And it's been going on for years and years and years. And it's just the story of this dungeon that's kind of like a business where they have monsters on every level, but they've set it up so people can come and like get treasure and fight things and feel good about themselves. Like it's a business, right?
Yeah.
But they
Like an
decided
escape room.
I've got some
Yeah, but
fairly local humor, but they crash landed and it became Wisconsin Dells.
Let's see. Okay, so we're gonna have the rocket blasting off this way, and then we're gonna have a pontoon boat blasting off this way, right?
Mm-hmm.
sounds good.
Okay.
Anyways, in Don John, they decided halfway through the series that they were going to start a new series, but it was like 20 years in the future. And then, like another 2 or 3 years later, they decided they were going to do another series, and it's like 20 years in the past. And they're simultaneously doing these 3 series about all the characters of Don John, but like 20 years in the past, now, and 20 years in the future. It's crazy.
Oof.
Hi, Jeremy. We missed you.
Yeah.
Is Meat Beep still here too?
I don't know. Let's see. Yes, we are on panel 8, which means you are doing panel 9. Okay, so yes, this is panel 8. And then this might be the last panel because it's 8:17 right now. So it's
That's
okay
true.
it's okay to take some time with it, Kay.
And I'm still awake.
Yay! What did you miss? Okay, so what you missed is the Kaiju Council. The Kaiju Council is tracking. Here, let me go over kind of what we did here. Yeah, let me do this, and then so yeah, the Kaiju Council is watching the dance off on the monitor. The Beagle Boys are cheating by bringing a gun. And then there's a flashback as to why the Kaiju Council is dying. And so the Kaiju's people are dying, which is on planet Kaiju, the water evaporated overnight. The planet became Earth. And then these are every other panel because these are just my panels. And then they basically need to save their people, and Philo is the last of their people. So the Rodans put Philo in a rocket, and then
Philo!
Yeah, and then he blasts off. And we're finding out that there are other survivors of planet Kaiju before it becomes Earth. So yeah, it's gonna like blow up and it becomes Earth. Somehow.
And then we pan to Leia, Princess Leia, and she's like, I just felt a terrible disturbance in the Force.
We could do that. Yeah, sure.
And then just like go back to not her at all.
Yeah.
I love weird non sequiturs like that.
Yeah, it's a show where that could easily happen. And it's just, it's fun. And then we have established characters. Oh no, I thought it was Obi-Wan.
Well, it's her planet that died. But yeah, you're right. It was Obi-Wan who felt the terrible disturbance.
Yeah. Now that planet blew up rather quickly. Like, did people actually feel anything?
So fast, so hard.
It seems like
it
the
came out of
beam
nowhere,
goes into
so
it, and then it just
it
kind
was
of
too
goes
fast
bam.
for screens. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Well, maybe there were Jedis on the planet that could feel it coming towards them, and they had like 2 seconds to scream.
I don't know. Maybe it's like the ground was breaking up and stuff in like those few seconds before it exploded.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Because they did that in the Marvels, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Let's
Did
see.
you watch that?
I have not watched it yet. No.
I really liked that series. That TV series was so good, and the movie was fun.
Yeah, I haven't seen the film. I didn't watch the show. It's hard to always catch up on stuff when you got a little one.
Yeah,
And so
that's true. What'd you think of the Marvels, Jeremy?
You watch The Acolyte, it is so good.
Oh, Ian, don't even start on that.
I fell asleep halfway through the first episode. I gotta buckle down. But my brother and I have been plowing through House of Dragon.
No, Ian and I just finished season 2 of Invincible.
Okay.
I know it's been out for a while, but again, it takes us a while to get to stuff.
Yeah, I love the Miss Marvel TV show a lot. And I think it has a lot to do with the fact that it's like it has so much of her family involved in it. And so when they were in the movie, like that made the movie so awesome too. But yeah, I needed more. I definitely needed more Miss Marvel for sure. She's such a great actress, and
well, she
the
was
writing is
writing
so
the
good.
book. She was writing the comic book for a while, but they just took her off the book. They just canceled it.
Oh, that
Yeah.
sucks. Well,
Yeah.
she's in Spider-Man and Friends that my little nephew watches.
Aw.
He's really into Spider-Man, but lately he's been into Hulk Smash.
Yes. Yes. Hulk is probably one of my favorite Marvel superheroes because I love the idea that like Bruce Banner can't control himself when he's the Hulk. So it's his id that comes out and like does, Hulk's the kind of person that like would slap someone for being a dick, right? But he Hulk smashed them. So it's like if that person, he teaches lessons, is what I'm saying, and that's why I like the Hulk. I know it doesn't make very much sense that argument, but
well, my favorite's the Black Cat, and it's mostly because she's so gray. So, I mean, to each his own.
let's see. I'll do this. I'll have like I don't know. Let's see. Do I have paper stain? Ooh, I like that paper stain. That's nice. Okay.
It's like a shadow just went over them all.
Yeah. Again, I'm trying to draw the fact that it's space, but I want to add some texture without like killing it. So yeah. Yeah. How are you doing, Kay? Let me check in on your panel.
All right. Philo landed like off west of Wisconsin.
Okay.
Rodan and his buddies are fishing off the dock in Wisconsin Dells.
Okay. Are you originally from Wisconsin?
No,
So you're from Minnesota.
I'm from here. Yep. I'm from here. Yeah, Minnesota.
Well, I just know that a lot of people move to the Twin Cities from Wisconsin.
A lot of them moved to and from Portland. It seems to be. It's been that way since World War II. A lot of Minnesotans moved out to Portland at that point. They had jobs building boats for war and logging. So yeah, it's very much like Minnesota, only a little more temperate, closer to the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
When I drove through Portland, the thing that really surprised me is a lot of the buildings reminded me of Ontario. I don't know if it's just colder there, but it was like a lot of the same kind of brick housing as Ontario. Whereas, through Washington, through all those other states I've been, they're not similar to Ontario at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you'd think Dakotas would be similar. They're not in the least.
Nope. The Dakotas are kind of their own thing.
Yeah.
Coolest thing in the Dakotas, though, is the Crystal Caverns. If you are ever in that area, go right past Mount Rushmore and go to the Crystal Caverns down the street.
Yeah, sounds good.
It's cheaper, it's a natural wonder, and it was considered sacred by the Dakota Indians. And, I think that it's something that people should appreciate a lot more. Not that, Mount Rushmore isn't a wonderful artistic feat of, carving a mountain stuff. It was highly disrespectful to the Dakotas. And, they did it to spite them. And I don't like that. Let's see. Soft. I'm going to do this. I think am I losing Robin again?
No, I'm still here.
Okay,
We were talking about the Dakotas.
The Dakotas. Let's see. So
I
yeah,
used to
there we
have
go.
to drive through there all the time when we lived in Winnipeg, and we'd go visit my grandparents in London, Ontario, which is very close to Detroit.
Let's see. Where was it? Was it this one? Man-made. There we go.
Oh, that looks awesome.
Oops. Here, I gotta switch my colors.
Oh, that's neat. Jeremy says that the Lakota tribe provided their own dub of the Avengers.
Oh, that's cool.
And I guess Disney was cool with it, so they didn't do anything.
Well, they might have encouraged it too. They in the movie Prey, the Predator movie that came out.
Yeah.
They're speaking the real language in that movie. That's not a made-up language. Like they went to the tribes and they're like, we want to get this right. And so they worked with the tribes to have like the proper language spoken on the screen. I think that's kind of cool. It was in a collab with Marvel Studios, and the original 6 actors provided Lakota dub. Very nice. Yeah. So, okay. So I have the planet. The kaiju sent off the survivors in a pontoon boat. And then they landed on the dark side of the planet, Wisconsin.
Bells after it, but I ran out of room.
That's okay. And so we got like 3 minutes left, but that's not enough time to draw a panel. I guess I can like do more detail on mine.
I'm going to do more detail.
Yeah, just like I said, it's just the last panel, so we can take a little bit of time with it. It's interesting. We went interesting places today.
We sure did.
I honestly thought we were going to continue the story of Meow and everything like that, but nope, flashback. That's what happens.
I really want to do some like swashbuckling space adventures, like the Starjammers.
Yeah. Oh, well,
did you ever read the Starjammers?
The Starjammers were interesting. Wasn't that Scott Summers' dad as like
Indeed.
the head of? Yeah, as like the head of the Starjammers.
And he was like boning a furry alien girl.
Good for him.
But yeah, he was like this sort of corsair, I think his name was, and he was like a swashbuckling kind of Errol Flynn space dude.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to read a lot of X-Men comics around that time.
Oh, okay. Well, you would have been pretty young at that point.
Yeah.
I was a kid when that stuff was coming out, so no.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the cat in view. There we go.
Oh, she's praying. Oh, she's stretched out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm trying to get the cat in view.
I think your cat has ADHD. Those are T-Rex arms.
It's possible. Yeah, it's possible. I wish I could show you the actual full pose because it's adorable. If you look at it, it's like his legs are going one direction, and then like his body's going in the other. But yeah,
pretzels.
That is going to be time today. Let's look at Kay's panel. So they landed on the dark side of the planet, Wisconsin, and so Philo's landed in Wisconsin, and I guess that's where we're picking up next time.
West of Wisconsin.
Minnesota. In Minnesota, and yes, and then that is the last panel. I'm gonna turn off the art. let's say goodbye to the cat. Goodbye,
Bye,
Archimedes.
Archimedes.
Bye,
So
Archimedes.
cute.
Miss Kay, thank you so much for coming
Thank
on.
you, Kay.
And I appreciate you always being here and doing this insanity with me. And so I will see you in the future.
Mhm.
And I'm going to say,
Hey, she blocked out. Oh, there you are.
I'm sorry, I turned myself off.
That was
Yes,
funny.
Miss Robin, I will say goodnight to Miss Robin.
Good night.
My better half, who knows way more about comics than I do. And then I want to emphasize, if you saw on the bottom of the screen, there is a ticker talking about a sketchathon I'm having on Monday. Need to make rent. And so it's going to be $2 a sketch. I'm going to be on for probably about 10 to 12 hours, depending on, how it goes and stuff. So if you guys want to hang out on Monday with me and see what I'm drawing, I'd appreciate it. Other than that, I hope you have a good night. Thanks.